Well, it is once again time for a panel. I am so excited to be joined by incredible people. I think you'll enjoy it too. This panel is called Starwagon Stories, which is a star trailer that sits on a set. So if you didn't know, now you know. And I'm going to introduce, Danny didn't know. You didn't know. Oh God.
I'm on board now. I'm on board.
It's gonna be great.
Wow.
Great.
We have with us Danny Kind.
Hi.
Say hi. Yeah.
Hi. Sorry. Hi.
Kiana Teresa.
My new girlfriend.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk.
Hello.
We're gonna talk about that. First dates.
I'm blushing.
Varun Saranga, say hi.
Beard.
Hello.
Beard.
The beard. And Emily Andress.
Hi.
Hair.
And we are also joined by our incredible ASL interpreter, Natalie. Say hi. All right. So first question, I have to know where everybody is and how they're doing. Go first. Anybody?
Go Beardo.
I'm on the
Beard.
Elon Musk yacht. No, I'm not. I'm in my basement piano because of glamour. Because this is a glamour panel.
With the glorious horse, of course.
With the horse out of bed.
Yes. How about you, Varun?
I'm out in Newfoundland.
Oh.
Whoa.
Jealous.
Filming a show with Tim and Mel called Surreal Estate.
Yeah.
Who and who? Who are these people?
I don't know. New upcomers, fresh faces.
We'll see if they make it. Who knows?
I wish them the best. Are you having the time of your life?
Oh my God, it's the best. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Like
Although someone got COVID, so now it's all,
So now.
that world is locked down, baby.
Time to go kiss the cod or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
That's how they got the
COVID.
COVID.
Right.
But if you was ordering a lobster every day for dinner, I would just be like lobster.
You just go get it from the ocean.
Yeah, you just get it. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Just the little spearfishing. Love it. Kiana, where are you?
I'm in Toronto. And this is not about me, but like my sister's like in labor right now. And I'm really excited. No, not like I have to go right now.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
The next room.
Bye.
Yeah, just next door. So it's fine if I pop out and hear screams. No,
Come
it's
back
all good. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be here.
Okay.
And I'm so happy to be here. But
Is it her first?
It's her first. It's the first baby of the family.
Mm.
It's also a little queer baby.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Did it tell you from inside?
It told us
with like
from
a rainbow
inside.
flag?
Yes. So my sister and her partner are over the friggin' moon, and they're going to be the best moms ever.
Yes.
And it's a great day. It's a great day.
What are they
Great day.
having? Are they having a boy or a girl?
Don't know.
Just gonna come out singing Lady Gaga tunes.
Just come out full rainbow merch.
That's amazing.
Rainbow
They have
onesies for sure.
They have a name. I can't say the name, but it's the same name,
Emily.
regardless of if it's a boy or a girl.
Okay,
It's a boy named Emily.
Okay.
I'm
I'm guessing Kieran. Kieran is a nice neutral name. That's what I'm guessing.
Cannot confirm nor deny,
I
but
think
that is a great name.
I think that was the Tim Rozon strategy, that they had the same name regardless, right, of whether it was going to be a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Smart way to go.
Kieran would be cool, but there's too many K's in my family. We're kind of like the Kardashians in that way, not on purpose, but there's just a lot of K's. So another one might be, it's a lot.
Good point.
We're losing track.
Break the tradition. Yeah.
Yeah. Breaking barriers. That's what we're all about here.
All right, Danny, how about you? Where you at? What you doing?
Also in Toronto, also freezing in my basement.
Also in labor. No.
Also in labor with a queer baby.
You're in the right place.
I'm really gonna have to see if we can license some Gaga for the rest of this panel.
Yes.
It's also Gaby. Gaby's also a good name.
Gaby's a great name.
Gaby.
Gaby's great.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
The beard likes it.
The beard.
Is that my name now?
Yeah. Yes.
We're
Yes.
into the
You have to
beard.
understand.
We're into the beard, Varun.
I'm more than a beard, I'm a human being.
I
I don't believe
mean,
you. All I see is beard.
Okay.
Sorry, honey.
It's hard to focus on anything else. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I love that. I appreciate it.
So shout out to Natalie trying to like make any sense of any of this.
Oh, yeah.
I made her sign dildo like 25 times yesterday. So.
Incredible.
You know what's amazing here? There's a dildo brewery.
Really?
It's unrelated to the dildo itself. It's just the town called Dildo.
I've heard
It's
of
a
this town
whole-
called Dildo.
There's a
Yeah.
whole town of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dildoans? Are they
Very
Dildoans?
interesting.
I guess they're dildoids.
Okay, their town's motto better be, "You'll be so glad you came." I'm quitting.
Or that, or go big or go home.
Exactly. Tell them we're gonna workshop it. We got this.
Emily, when you come up with shit like this, do you take a minute to celebrate yourself ever?
No, because it's not practical in real life. There's no math here, or like I can't cook. Like, no, it's
I only stumbled on it when I went to the store here and they had dildo jam. And I was like, what
That's
is
amazing.
this used for? And it was in the
Oh.
grocery store. So I was so confused.
And it looks like mayonnaise.
Was
and
it
you
next
were
to the
like,
KY?
That's gotta be a kink. That's gotta be someone's kink, right?
Yeah, yeah,
On a
yeah.
dildo. It's gotta be someone's
Funnily enough,
kink.
that is one
Dildo
of the
jam.
questions to the panel. What is everybody's kink? So I hope you guys.
I
are
forgot we were on a
thinking
panel. Back to the
about
panel.
it.
it's the day of
Back
our
to the
Lord.
panel.
So
Forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Day of our Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to actually ask you questions now, although I'm not sure I want to. The vibe is working for me. But I want to ask about generally the industry in Canada, because a lot of us don't have exposure as fans to the ins and outs of Canadian film and television like you do. And just to have a little more insight and knowledge about some of the things that have happened. I know from watching all of your fan panels and things that have been talked about over the years, there has been a push and a move to do a lot more film and television, and that the industry has grown tremendously. So for the group, and anybody can go first, and if not, I will pick you. What is the most surprising thing about the progress of TV and film in Canada over the last 5 years? And what would you like to see in the future that you haven't yet?
The second part of this question is so much easier to answer than the first.
It's less career ending. I feel the
Ooh.
I
Safe
just-
space. Nobody's watching. It's just us.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Make some goddamn TV. Why don't you?
It feels
man.
like I'll go. It feels like
Yeah.
nothing has changed. That's what I'll say. It feels like there is a look or a presentation that things have changed, and I don't think that things have changed personally. I think that people are checking off boxes in TV in terms of queer representation, in terms of hiring all kinds of cultures of all kinds, telling all kinds of stories, and they're wanting, and it's a fear-based reaction. I don't think it's a true reaction. I think when you watch something, you know if it's settled in or if it's floating above the topic. And I think most things are floating above the topic, which is infuriating. And I also have lots of friends that are all of a sudden getting phone calls that have not gotten phone calls forever, and they know why they're getting phone calls.
Yeah.
And that's also infuriating. And I just want to see it all change. I think that like Amazon Canada, there's now like a sector of Amazon Canada and Netflix Canada and Disney Canada. So like Paramount Plus. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that with those people settling in here, they will be brave enough to know that risk equals reward.
Yes.
Rant. I'm done.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm done.
No, I agree.
Drive me nuts.
Yeah, I think can I go? Sorry, I'm so.
Yes, you may
No,
go. You have permission to do
I
whatever.
think that Danny
you
is right. I think that one thing that is hard, I would try to say this positively, but like, you know, this is such an example of a show that is so beloved internationally. But I think that a lot of times the stuff that we do well is actually not celebrated at home, which is crazy. Like, I think you look at a Schitt's Creek, you look at a Working Moms, you look at everything, like you look at Earp, obviously, you look at sort of, like some of it is celebrated. And I think because we live in the juggernaut of the biggest entertainment complex in the world, like we don't buy our own supply. We're so self-hating in Canada, I think.
Yeah.
And I one thing that infuriates me as a creator is like, I find like there's still a little bit of like feeling in the zeitgeist, meaning like press and the average Canadian, that we make shitty TV. Like if I hear one more joke about like Street Legal or, you know, The Littlest Hobo. And I'm like, yeah, that was fucking 30 years ago,
Yeah.
guys. Like, actually, we put out some incredible stuff.
Mhm.
So like, fuck off. Sorry, can we drop an F-bomb? We
No,
already put
yes,
dildo at
yes,
that
we,
time.
we were
But-
fine, yeah.
But like, but I do know so many incredible creators right now, pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. I really think it's important that Danny has hit on something that I think there's a whole new crop of networks coming into Canada. And I really, if I had a genie in a bottle, what I would wish is that they would be brave and mix it up and find our I May Destroy You or our Fleabag and really put some more investment in new voices and just take some chances. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah,
No
I totally hope
No
so.
opinion.
Because
No
they're
heart,
gonna
no
make
passion.
the streaming services, like that's what they're trying to push the law so that some minimum amount of productions are Canadian. Like, you know how with the TV channels, like 30% has to be Canadian made. But with the streaming services, like I hope that they don't do the bare minimum and just do reality TV. You know, like
But the
That's
government
all
has
you-
to force their hands. Like right now, Netflix doesn't play GST. See, career ending. I'm just saying,
Wow.
like, I do think like that may be inaccurate, but like, I do think like there's a reason that the Canadian music industry has flourished. And it's because we had this thing in Canada for a long time called CanCon, which was 30% of everything that aired on Canadian radio stations had to be Canadian. And that's how we got The Weeknd and Drake and
Yeah.
Celine Dion and Justin Bieber, however your taste may go. Like, Canadian music has created juggernauts, right? And I think that like we can do it. We have the talent. We have the same talent in the entertainment industry, but sometimes hands have to be forced. I'm
but
basically
it can
I'm a communist.
Canadian audiences almost need the Canadian audiences need the American cosign, you know, like it needs like always needs like an American network. If they like it, then suddenly all us Canadians are like, oh, maybe we
Suddenly
should
it's
watch it
cool.
now.
It's like your cool
Yeah.
older sister being like, actually, that is a good band. And you're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like Drake, like when he got started in Canada, like nobody took him seriously, nobody cared. As soon as he got, you know, recognized, getting respected for his work in the States, all of a sudden Canadians are like, yeah, Drake, Toronto, we've known him since the beginning. We've been here the whole time. And it's like, actually, were you?
Yeah.
You know where somebody's perspective of Drake came from. They call him Drake or Jimmy. Like
I live with the writer in the house who wrote the episode where Jimmy got shot. So I have, Brendan York.
Oh
wrote
my
the
gosh.
episode. Yes.
Isn't that cool?
And wrote
That's
the first
awesome.
episode where we knew him as Aubrey, where he asked Aubrey to rap in his wheelchair and everything. So
So he
So
basically
Did,
started his career, is what you're
Wow.
basically,
That's some
what my
6
kids
degrees of
try to
Kevin
say.
Bacon-ish.
My
You're like,
kids
I
are like,
practically invented you.
Yes.
I practically invented you when you were a 13-year-old. I feel like, no, he was always so talented, but yeah.
Is this Drake gossip or like was he
Yeah,
happy with
this-
being shot or was he like
He
no I don't
loved
want to
it. He loved
I don't
everything.
think he
I
loved
liked
being-
it.
I don't think he loved being in a wheelchair for a long time because he was
Mm.
like
Okay,
a
okay.
14-year-old, right? But
Yeah.
But I do remember when they asked him to rap, he was hesitant because he was like,
Oh.
you don't want to conflate your music career with your acting career. But then he was so incredible. Like he was an incredible rapper.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what he came up with, because Brendan was like, I'm not gonna write it. I'm from Sault Ste. Marie. Like you should write something cool. I don't know the Sault Ste. Marie rappers. That's a very inside joke. It's a very field town. Anyway, sorry. I don't know if this is the Drake panel. But
No,
I'll-
Yeah,
Why
right.
was Drake never in Winona is what I want to know.
Right.
Should have been my boyfriend on Winona.
He begged and begged, and I was like, "How did you get this number? Stop calling me."
Take my number.
No, that never happened. I was like, "I'm busy. I'm
Busy.
over."
Oh my god. So from my perspective, Canadian television did one thing that could have changed the fabric of both of our societies, and that is in 1991 there was a TV show called 15. That was a Canadian TV show that aired on Nickelodeon, and it was a teen soap opera, and Ryan Reynolds was in it. And there's a percentage of the population of America that grew up with that.
Was it the
And-
tennis show? No.
It was it was like a teen high school like soap opera
Show.
Yeah, and it was amazing, and you could have really just worked your way into the American zeitgeist then and there. We had Atlantis, we had you can't do this on television. There was an opportunity for a certain generation.
Did you say 1991?
Yeah. It's like
wasn't even
91,
born.
92.
I wasn't
Yeah.
even born, so
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
help you.
The 1900s can't relate.
I think
Yeah.
I'm like
God.
smoking cigarettes
Don't
back
even know what it
then.
Oh, I'm so
I
damn
was
old, you
busy.
guys.
Weird.
Yeah, I do remember that was my first exposure to Canadian TV. That, and you can't do that. Nickelodeon was really good for
Yeah.
giving you guys your props. Yeah.
Mm.
I
Okay.
just wanna plug like hire Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadian. It's cool. Like it's cool when American productions come and film here, but they come and film here and they get a film credit and they get to save a bunch of money, but they bring all of the like lead cast in from the US and they only hire Canadians for like supporting cast. And
Same with
it's like
writers.
creating the ceiling
Yeah.
that like Canadians cannot burst through because they
Mhm.
just don't simply have that like American tag on it. And we're just as talented, we're just as ready and like eager to work. And it's like, I think that Canadians, you know, the whoever the powers that be, they see an American and they're like, they get like starry-eyed and they're like, oh, but they're American, so they're more special. And
No.
it's just not always the case. So
Yeah.
hire Canadians.
You're about to have half of
them.
America in Canada a few years back. So like, we love you. And I think there are people who, you know, see a Schitt's Creek and
Yeah.
see just the amazing talent in a way that's a different lens. And I think, you know, part of the problem that we're seeing in American industry is just a lot of the same stuff remade over and over and over again, and nothing original, nothing new.
Original. It's
And I
too
think-
it's too risky.
Yeah, which is dumb because
Except
those-
Cocaine Bear, guys. Have you seen the
Yeah.
trailer for Cocaine Bear? How did that get made? I'm so excited.
What?
Movie
A
where a
what
bear
now?
does cocaine. Boom.
No
Sorry.
way.
Just had to plug
All
cocaine.
I picture
rapidly
is like
Googling cocaine.
a boardroom table with a bunch of people sitting around it being like, yes, Jim, that is a great idea.
A bunch
you
of
know?
white men.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yes, Jim.
I thought you said it was gonna be a boardroom, and then you reveal it's a bear just snorting cocaine. He's the head executive. Cocaine bear.
It's actually a bunch of raccoons in a trench coat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to see this show.
And I think we're pitching, guys. We're pitching.
We're pitching.
Yeah, this is a good show.
Yeah. This isn't being recorded, is it? Yeah.
Nope, just us.
No
Safe
one's
space. All right, my next question is a bit.
Why
bit
is
of a,
Winnie breastfeeding her dog right now? No one can see this, but you should see what Winnie's doing out there, guys.
It's a beautiful dog.
You.
It
Gorgeous
is
dog,
very offensive,
you know.
Winnie. Ugh.
Cover up. Do that somewhere else. Don't you have a bathroom
Gross.
stall you can do that in?
Poor
Gross.
Disgusting.
Poor
For
Winnie.
shame. For
Sorry.
shame.
Sorry, back to the panel question.
Sorry.
Wow,
I'm so sorry.
wow. I'm gonna
You're
have
distracted by
wow.
all the unprofessionalism over here.
I apologize on behalf of the con for Winnie.
Thank
I'm
you.
So sorry. So
Thank
sorry.
you.
Canceled. Goodbye. Please continue.
Question 2. Everyone in the industry seems to have that one story that makes them laugh or is a fond memory. What is yours?
Of the entire industry.
Now, any experience that you've had working within it, like, do you have? I'm looking for the hot
boy.
goss, honestly.
Oh,
Let's be
boy.
real about what I'm asking for. I want the titillating stories. If you have any that, you know, names can be
Titty
redacted.
stories? Is that what you just said?
Sure, yes. Those
Take
are
it away,
special.
Varun.
I have done a pitch once when breastfeeding. I actually did.
Really? I love that.
Whoa.
Because I was like, I gave birth 2 weeks ago and they pushed and I was like, and my baby started crying and I didn't miss a note. And I was like, didn't get the job. But I was like, welcome to being a mom in the industry. I refuse not to do that. So if you want to
Just
take
when I
the story,
thought I
that's
couldn't
fine.
love you even more. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I didn't miss a beat. I was like,
Good.
You're
yeah,
the best.
Yep.
no.
Most of those
They
people
should've-
there also drank from the tea, so they should just chill the fuck out. honestly.
They should have given you the job based on that.
Right?
I know.
I know.
Doing
I
whatever
feel like
needs to
that
be
too,
done.
but
Multitasking.
actually, it might have gone well. I think it went okay. I can't remember, but
Did they
I-
acknowledge it? And was it all men?
it was not all men, which was interesting. It was half and half. I just said, this is happening. I was
Mm.
like, this baby's gonna keep crying.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna breastfeed this baby.
And keep
And
moving.
also I'm gonna tell you about this show. Like, I just, whatever, man. Welcome to
It's
how
amazing.
human nature works. So yeah.
You know what's so
You're
great
crazy
about
after you've given birth too. You're just like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ugh," like,
But you know
Yeah.
what's so great about you is like that is like how you run a show in a nutshell. Like
Breastfeed
all
everyone, complacency.
you breastfeed everybody on set. No, but like it's like you do what needs to be done in the like you execute with a whole bunch of heart and humor and like with like this just like this is happening, and it's like so highly effective because it's all from your gut and not from your, you know, like that's such a great fucking story.
You don't even think, you just do.
Mm.
Good
Problem solve it.
story.
Here's my
Thank
nipple.
you. Yeah, but I was like, also I can do it both because that's the only way this is gonna work. Thank you very
Mhm.
much. That wasn't enough gossip. I'll tell you everyone else I saw breastfeed. Meryl Streep, Drake. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking of hot goss. Trying to think of a funny story.
I'm only thinking of boobs. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of like really embarrassing auditions I've had where it's
Oh
like
yeah.
girl getting plowed from behind or whatever, and you're just like, I don't know how to
Sorry,
stage
was
this.
this for the
Wait,
casting
yeah.
couch?
What?
Just
Yeah,
like
I think this
for
is a
an audition,
Pornhub
guys.
audition.
Just
What?
an audition. But then
Was
you're
it
like,
Downton
you're
Abbey?
like, do I bend over just the logistics of being a new actress? And you're like, maybe if I
Oh.
go and I bend over the chair and I face them, or maybe like just trying to work that shit out in your brain as a young actress and then having deep regrets about even
Yeah,
saying
sex
yes to
scenes
the
and love
audition.
scenes is so hard, I bet, for you guys. The first time?
Oh, it's
You
so
must be
so
like,
stupid. And then when they write things like she leans in and kisses him and you're in an audition and you're like, what do I do?
yeah.
Stuff like that. It's just
Oh.
it's embarrassing being an
One
actor.
thing for you.
What do you
Yeah.
got, Beard? What do you got?
I got
Beard,
it.
beard.
You know, because I guess I'm with Mel and Tim, we were talking about the time that we were filming in the garden.
Oh,
And that was one of the funniest. It was because we were filming outside the other day. We're like, oh, it was nothing compared to the garden day. But we were just, Mel and I were dying because we remember this time, like Tim, we were doing rehearsal and Doc runs across, like he runs for like 5 minutes, what feels like from one end to another. But Tim, not even knowing we're rolling, this maniac, he like takes off his jacket and he starts running because Paolo's like, okay, we just need to do it for marks. And he's running at light speed with no shirt on, basically, from one end to the other. And we're like, Tim, this is not like a real take. You don't have to take your shirt off. Like, what the fuck is happening? And he was just like, no, you got to show true commitment on a Winona set. And I'm like, I don't think this is a real thing. I don't understand this guy's logic. But we were just like making fun of him so much. And it was just so, I don't know. It was just like such a beautiful encapsulation of this guy. He just goes 100%.
With the blizzard, the funniest
With
thing
the
about
blizzard.
the funniest thing about all the outtakes in the garden, the scene with Waverly, Winona, and Doc when they're trying to get out. The whole time Mel is screaming, I have to pee so bad. Like, cause of course, like music is playing, but she's just like, guys, I can't do this. I have to pee. We need a break. Yell cat. Like the whole time. It was just like such a shit show. So those are pretty good outtakes, actually. There's a lot of good stuff there for the garden.
Are we ever gonna see an assortment, like a blooper reel?
Sure. I mean, maybe someday. I'd have to get someone to edit it together and then get everyone to sign off. But maybe someday.
I think we just lost our minds that day just because it was so cold.
It's so cold, like when the camera stops working, I'm just like, you guys are such pros. So I think there's only been like 2 days on Winona where I could see in the performances that people were like, I almost can't do this. Like I almost can't even act, right? Because I'm just so cold. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dolls Cliff scene. They had PTSD from that.
Yeah. That was so
They just kept talking about how cold it was.
yeah, it was so cold. Yeah.
Nadia, you guys are professionals. I can't imagine. I mean, I grew up in upstate New York, and now I live in San Diego for a reason. I can't imagine. Cannot imagine. And then like, you know, I know there was one scene with Dom in that little party dress.
Oh yeah, when she says it's a stripper.
There's a stripper. Yeah.
It was really cold they were really cold that day.
Yeah.
Like, very cold. Yeah.
And it's hard because the immersion for us, the fans, is so there that we don't think about that stuff. But
yeah. The winter always played beautifully in Earp though, because it also had this other subconscious lizard brain danger to it. Like if these people got hurt in the woods, they could die of frostbite. I felt it was kind of this like presence on the show that was really cool. But even when we went to film in the summer post-COVID, like in a weird way, that was hard too. It was hot and everyone was masked, and we were one of the first productions back in summer of 2020. So like, I remember that was hard for the crew too, because now like the heat is hard. Like there's always something to bitch about, but you got to find the fun. Yeah.
But I will
Yeah,
say,
and you
And the
only get to
writer,
do it
I
once.
hope.
yeah,
Yeah.
But that was the kind of thing we were talking about. Is like, oh yeah, even if it was that cold, it was a beautiful memory because you realize you only get to do these things once. Like we get one shot at the show.
Mhm.
Like we'll always remember it so fondly.
Yeah.
Like you're cold temporarily, the memory's forever.
Yeah. I love any memory in the industry too, where like it makes me sick, kind of like that for where I'm like, I can't believe this is my job. Like a
Yeah.
lot of times, like I always remember once I was on Lost Girl, I was casting, there was like a creature that was like a cat disguised as a cat. It was a shapeshifter, and then it would like became a big monster. And I remember like we had all these cats brought in and everyone was so serious, like picking up the cats, being like, what's the most evil looking cat? Like, and taking it really seriously, like Cocaine Bear style. But I just was like, I can't believe this is my stupid job, that we're like looking at these dumb pussies and being like, who's those people? And I'm like, it's hard to explain to my parents when they're still like, do you want to go to law school? It's not too late.
Yeah, it's like moments like when we shut down the set to look for a single frog.
Oh, that
For
was
the
amazing.
nickel.
that we lost the frog.
For 30 minutes, we all are on like the whole crew and us included, just on all fours looking for a frog
I
that we
know. And then it
miscounted,
was-
that we just had. Yeah.
Yeah, the frog was just smoking a cigarette. Like it was yeah.
Outside of
plowing
Michael
someone.
Auckland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We are just about out of time, but I will ask one final question and just give, one or two word response or sentence about a set and what it means to be on one and feel a part of a team. What sparks the most joy for you? Like, when do you know when you're on a set and you're like, yeah, this is my place, this is the right spot with the right people, and this is going to be a good time?
For me, it's when I'm in a hotel, like put up in a hotel with everybody, and I run into people in the hallway and I get really excited to see them, because that's not usually, I just want to hide out in my room and not see anybody and talk to anybody. But when I bump into people like in the workout room or whatever, and I get like, I get that feeling, then I'm like, oh, this is a good set.
Awesome.
That's where we met, Danny.
That's right.
In the exercise room.
Yeah.
You didn't
Locked
have a
eyes from
beard
across.
then. Locked eyes. He's engaged, guys. He's engaged.
To you?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody else?
Mine is kind of like not obscure, but it's a moment that happened to me recently. But it's when you're, as like the actor, you're on camera, and usually it's during rehearsals or something, or sometimes it's while you're filming and there's like a blooper that happens, or there's like somebody makes a joke and like intentionally fucks up the take, or something just silly and funny happens, and then everybody erupts into laughter. Because I think when you're on the set and it's tiny and you're in front of the camera, like your world is very small in that moment. But then when you hear laughter from like other rooms, from people that you don't even know, I'm like, oh, everyone is here. Like everyone is here and everyone's watching and everyone is like involved in this moment. And there might be 60 people right now who are all paying attention and we're all having this shared moment. I can't see any of them, but I like know that they're there and I sense it. And I'm like, oh, and everyone has like this moment of levity. I'm just like, oh, I love my job. We're all just like a big family and we all have very different jobs, but we're all working towards the same goal. And people get stressed out and there's long days. But like when you just have that moment that like everybody's just like, oh yeah, okay, we're here. We're not saving lives. We're just like here making some good shit. It's really special.
Love that. I love that answer. And with that, I will wrap it up. Thank you all so much for coming. I'll see some of you soon. But thank you so much for being so giving of your time. And thank you especially to Natalie for doing the ASL.
Thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah, this was the bear. I'm going to buy her a drink after. Don't
Literally
worry.
the whole fandom. Thank you for putting up with us.
Love you all. And thank you so much.
Thank you
You
so
guys
much.
are all
Nice to see
sexy
you
and
guys.
beautiful.
It was so
Thank
good to see you guys.
Bye.